Hey guys, and thank you for watching. Today I am here to bring you a lipstick dupe video. Now I do have 6 dupes to show you today, and you will find that they're all kind of in a similar color range. I am a mauve lover, like I am in love with mauve lips, so most of these are mauve lips just because that's what I buy. So I picked out some dupes for you. I didn't necessarily try to pair an expensive lipstick with a cheaper alternative. I tried that if I had it in my collection, but these dupes are literally just color matches, not necessarily texture or formula, but just specific color matches. So if you like the color of a lipstick that I have, I showed you another alternative in case the one that you wanted is maybe a little bit out of your price range or just not available at the time. I am also wearing my Relax It's Just Lipstick tank top from, if you follow Ashley Swagner here on YouTube, she has her own like clothing line. It's called Time Los Angeles, so that is where this shirt is from. I can link it down below if you're interested. But if you are interested in seeing 6 lipstick dupes, let's go ahead and get started. So what I'll do is I'll put one lip color on one side, one lip color on the other side so that you can see them next to each other. I will also swatch them on my hand next to each other, and I will leave all of the pricing information and everything on the screen, but I feel like that will be the best way for you to see them in a side-by-side comparison. I do have one that is like a 3-way dupe, so what I'll do is put half on my bottom lip since that lip is a little bit bigger, and then I'll put the third one on my entire top lip. So let's jump right into the video. Okay, so I did want to go ahead and zoom you in a little bit closer so you can see some close-ups. But my first dupe is YSL's Rouge Pure Couture lipstick in the shade 10. And then the Too Faced, I think these are just like the cream lipsticks in the shade Nude Beach. They are both just creamy nude pink shades. This is a swatch of Nude Beach. You can see that it is a bit of a cream sheen. They both go on super creamy, and they're really nice spring and summer shades, just that everyday nude pink shade. And you can see the YSL lipstick also has a little bit of a cream sheen as well. So I'm going to go ahead and apply these on the lips. So here they are on the lips. I have the YSL over here, which is priced at $37. You can get this at Sephora. And the Too Faced Nude Beach is on this side. This one is $22. So there is a significant price difference between these two lipsticks. Neither one of them are drugstore, but $37 versus $22. If this is the kind of shade and texture that you like, then that is a good alternative for you. They are super creamy. The YSL is a little bit creamier, but they both have kind of a cream sheen finish, and they both feel super comfortable on the lips. I would say the YSL is a little bit softer, a little bit more velvety, but overall, the Nude Beach is really nice as well. So they are very comparable. I feel like both texture and color, these are both really good options, and I really like to wear shades like this in the spring and summertime. Next up is the 3-way dupe, and let's go from most expensive to least expensive. I do have a Tom Ford lipstick. This is in the shade Indian Rose, and again, you'll see a trend here with my shades. This is just like a beautiful mauve shade. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it. And I'm going to follow that up with my NARS Audacious lipstick in the shade Anita. This one is a little bit more matte. So the Tom Ford does have a little bit of a sheen, and while this is a very similar color, the actual finish is a little bit different because this one is a little bit more matte, whereas the Tom Ford has a bit of a sheen to it. And then the third shade in this dupe is by MAC Cosmetics, which is the most affordable of the 3. This is an amplified finish in the shade Fast Play. And so this one is very similar more so to the NARS Audacious lipstick. It does have a little bit of a sheen, but you can see it's not quite as glossy as the Tom Ford lipstick. So what I'll do is I will put the Tom Ford on the top lip, and then I'll put my MAC on this bottom side and the NARS on this bottom side. So let's go ahead and see the swatches. Okay, so swatched on the hand, I couldn't really tell, but it looks like this is the NARS Anita lipstick. This one is a little bit lighter in color to the MAC Cosmetics Fast Play, and it seems like MAC's Fast Play looks like it's also a little bit darker than the Tom Ford lipstick. So the Tom Ford and the NARS look similar in shades. They also do look a little bit more similar in the sheen, whereas MAC's doesn't have as big of a sheen. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I can see a little bit of a color difference on my bottom lip. But really, if I walked out of the house, if people weren't looking at me, I don't think they would be able to tell that I have 3 different lipsticks on my lips right now. They are very similar. The finishes are pretty similar. The thing that is different is the price tag. So a Tom Ford lipstick, this one is going to run you $53. I know you can usually get these like at the Tom Ford stands in like Macy's or something like that, or Nordstrom. I'm not quite sure because I didn't actually purchase this. This was a gift from my husband. The NARS Audacious lipsticks, this one is in Anna. This is gonna run you about $34, and you can find these at Sephora, followed by MAC Cosmetics, which can be found at a MAC store or also in Macy's, and this is only $17. So if you really love the color and texture of this Tom Ford lipstick, but you really don't want to spend that kind of money, you can go with a cheaper alternative, which is MAC in this case. Moving right along, I have another Tom Ford lipstick and another NARS Audacious lipstick. So again, the Tom Ford lipstick is going to run you $53. The NARS Audacious lipstick is going to run you $34. So they are both pretty expensive. But if you like the Tom Ford color I'm about to show you, you might want to choose to spend your money on the NARS as well. So this Tom Ford lipstick, again, was a gift from Smags. And this is a very similar shade, but this one's matte. It does say that this is a matte lip color, whereas my other one was just a lip color in rouge and had more of a sheen. This is in the shade Pussycat. This is more of a purple mauve shade, and you can see it does have a matte texture there, so you don't get the sheen like you did with Indian Rose. This one is a matte. And then I have the NARS Audacious lipstick in the shade Anna, which is also more matte, and this one again is that purple mauve. So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it does look in person that the NARS just has like a hint more purple than the Tom Ford, but they do look very, very similar. So I am going to go ahead and apply NARS on the right side and Tom Ford on the left. So there you have it. I can really almost not tell a difference at all. I feel like if I did go out in public right now, people would not realize that I had 2 different lipsticks on. The finishes are very similar. The colors are very similar. Tom Ford in person looks like it just has a hint less purple, and the NARS has a hint more purple. They feel very similar on the lips. I will say that the Tom Ford feels a little bit creamier. The NARS is definitely a very comfortable lipstick, let me tell you, for $34. It better be. It is a very comfortable lipstick, but it does feel like the Tom Ford is just a little tiny bit creamier. I do know that they both last a very long time. I love both of these lipsticks, but if you're having a hard time spending $53, you can go ahead and spend the $34 for the NARS, and you'll get pretty much the same lipstick. And the next dupe that I have for you is more of the cool toned grayish mauve tones. So I do have Makeup Forever in the shade 105 and ColourPop, you can see, oh so loved, in Trap. So let me go ahead and swatch these on the hand first. Here we have ColourPop's Trap. You can see it is just grayish mauve. I love these shades. They're very cool toned, but I also think they're very flattering and very beautiful. And of course, it does dry down to a matte. Then right here is Makeup Forever in the shade 103. And so you can see on my hand there, they are very, very similar. So what I'll do is I will put ColourPop on the right and Makeup Forever on the left. Here is ColourPop's Trap, which is only $6, and Makeup Forever in the shade 103, which has a price tag of $20. So you can see this is definitely a cheaper alternative. On the lips, it looks like Trap might be just a hair darker than the Makeup Forever, but I do know the Makeup Forever, once it dries down, it does dry a little bit darker as well. However, again, I feel like if I went out in public right now, people wouldn't really realize that I had two lipsticks on. They are very similar. Now it does feel like the ColourPop liquid lipstick is a little bit more drying than the Makeup Forever one, but I also don't find ColourPop liquid lipsticks to be overly drying like some people say. I do put some sort of chapstick or lip mask on underneath before applying any liquid lipstick, but now that I have both of these on my lips at the same time, I can tell you that ColourPop feels a little bit more drying, but it's not enough where I wouldn't wear this shade. I mean, I'm like down to here on ColourPop, and I've definitely worn the heck out of this, and I'll continue to wear it, but it is definitely a cheaper alternative. I am in love grayish mauve shades. I think they're just beautiful, and these are definitely a good dupe for each other. The Makeup Forever one is definitely harder to remove for sure. Next up, we have the same color family, that grayish mauve shade. And again, two affordable prices here. One is actually a drugstore option. So I do have Sephora's Luster Matte Lip Color in the shade Fig and Maybelline's Vivid Matte Liquid Lip in the shade Green Envy. Here is a swatch of Green Envy. You can see it's just that grayish mauve shade. And then we have the Sephora shade in Fig. So they are very, very similar. I think in swatches, they almost look a little bit more similar than on the lips, so I am loving these lip swatches, but I'm gonna put the Maybelline on the right and Sephora on the left. So here on this side is the Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lipstick, which has a $6.99 price tag. You can find it at the drugstore. And on this side is the Sephora Luster Matte Longwear Lip Color in the shade Fig. Now, when I was putting these on, I did find Fig to be more opaque. In just one swipe, I had full opacity, whereas I had to build on the Maybelline lipstick a little bit. Neither one of them feels drying. They both feel very comfortable on the lips, but I do feel like I can see a little bit of a difference in the shade. There is less opacity with the Maybelline, so it looks a little bit lighter than the Sephora one, but they feel pretty similar on the lips. And I feel like if you don't want to spend the $16 on a Sephora liquid lipstick, you can spend $6.99 and get kind of a similar effect. There is definitely more opacity in the Sephora lipstick though. Okay, I saved this one for last because it's not an exact color dupe. The others were very, very, very close to being exact color dupes. This one is just a similarity, but I still did want to share it because I do have Kat Von D's Bow and Arrow liquid lipstick and Kylie Cosmetics Dolce K. Now I know there are some people who like the idea of the Kylie lipsticks, but they don't want to deal with customer service, they don't want to deal with the shipping, so I did want to share this just to say, if you like the shade Dolce K, then Kat Von D's Bow and Arrow will be pretty similar. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch these on my hand first. Here is Dolce K by Kylie Cosmetics, and here is Bow and Arrow by Kat Von D. So I'm going to go ahead and put Kat Von D on the left and Kylie Cosmetics on the right. So here is Dolce K by Kylie Cosmetics. You can get it with a lip liner for $29 or as a single for $17, and then Kat Von D's Bow and Arrow, which can be found at Sephora for $20. Now Dolce K is a little bit darker, but they are both deeper nude shades. Kat Von D's is just a few shades lighter. It's noticeable, like if I were to go out in public right now, people would say, hey, that girl has two different lipsticks on. But it's close enough in a sense where if you didn't want to deal with Kylie Cosmetics, if you didn't want to pay $1 million for shipping, you could get a similar shade with the Kat Von D Bow and Arrow liquid lipstick. It does feel like Kat Von D's is a little bit stickier and the Kylie Cosmetics is a little bit more drying, but I do like both of them. I love these Kylie Cosmetics lipsticks. I have several. I love the scent. I love that they're long lasting, so I feel like it's personally worth it for me. But if you are someone who doesn't want to deal with the shipping and handling, or you don't really feel like paying the extra money for that, you don't want to deal with their customer service, whatever it may be, I do feel like if you like the shade Dolce K, then Kat Von D's Bow and Arrow will also do the trick for you. This is Kat Von D. It's definitely harder to get off. Okay guys, well that is it for my very first dupes video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more dupes videos in the future, please go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. If you're not already, I would love if you would subscribe before you go, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!